Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Călărași County and way over here, Caraș-Severin County. We're going to start over here though, in Călărași County, which is named after Călărași. Now, as you can see, this is a very agrarian place. It is all farms everywhere. It's nothing but farmland. The only real, significant geographic landscape is the Danube River here. You can see just how strong it's flowing through, creating all of this marshy wetland around it, and then flowing up the side here on its way out to the Black Sea. It even creates this little island right here. Check it out. I guess it's not a little island, but this half is in Călărași County. It's all farmland. We're also just on the outskirts of Bucharest, the capital city. We're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So this is like the countryside outside the big city. Here is Călărași right here. Now this place, in terms of history, there's really not a lot to talk about in terms of history in these two counties, which is why we're just on the tablet, because there's a lot more to see than there is to talk about. This place was really just like a tiny farming community until the Soviet era, the communist era. In the 1950s until 1989, when this became an industry city. You can see all of the Soviet-style buildings here in the center and all of the little suburbs sprawling out from it. There's all kinds of, it looks like construction right there. Something or other over here. You can see there's just a lot of factories. It looks like a glass factory. So on and so forth. There's a lot happening here. There are more construction companies there. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for this place, to be honest, because it's just the countryside. That's all that there really is. It's nice, it's quiet, it's peaceful, but not really a ton of history to get into. There were Dacian settlements here. There were Roman settlements. But nothing too extreme. As you can see by these slideshows, we've got marshland. We've got some stately buildings here and there, but nothing too extreme, I guess. That is pretty much it for Călărași County. But there's a lot more to see over here. Holy moly, there we go. We're in Serbia. My bad. We'll be in Serbia in a few weeks. Actually talking about this area here. It's this historic area. Caraș-Severin. Right here. Caraș-Severin County. So there's a lot of geography happening here. As well as you can see, the Danube River also makes up the border right here. You can see some oxbow lakes over in Serbia, and just over here is the Iron Gate. Let's see, it's over here, I think. Somewhere over here. But yeah. Which is a very famous part of the Danube River there. But we're not talking about that tonight. This area, as you can see, is extremely, extremely mountainous. We are in the Carpathian Mountains here. And there is a lot to see here in terms of beautiful nature. You can see some of these national parks. Let's take a look at them. So this historic area was called the Banat. And it went into Serbia, so we'll be covering an area called Central Banat in a few weeks. It was basically just this chunk of land that was controlled by the Habsburgs, and that piece of land was fought over a lot between the Hungarians and then later the Ottomans as well. But this just, at least this part of the Banat was just, as you can see, just very beautiful mountains and landscape. Beautiful waterfall there, my goodness. It did not really become very significant until the 1700s. But let's look at these pictures. They are absolutely stunning. Look, he's about to jump in that water. It looks very inviting, I guess. It's very vibrant with these filters that they've put on. My goodness, it looks so lush. That looks a little not quite safe. But the rest look very pretty, don't they? Yeah, this is a gorgeous little corner of the world. Thankfully, it's been preserved. Well, there's a terrifying cave right there. My goodness, and little lodges out in the wilderness. So yes, the capital of the county is right here. It's Reșița. And this is also a very large industry town. But there's an exception from all the other industry towns that we've looked at in my Romania series, including Călărași over there, because they all became industrialized during that communist era between the 1950s, literally 1950, I think 1949 to 1989. This is the exception in that it started to become industrialized in like the late 1700s. They were coal mining, they were digging like marble, like various kinds of mining. There was a lot of metal working, and pretty much like every kind of major like heavy industry that could exist back then, they were pretty much doing here. And then eventually became a place to make locomotives. As you can see there, there's this cool open air museum where there's just a bunch of trains laying out. And you can walk amongst all of these old trains. How cool is that? One of them, let's find it. See, they're very old-timey. This one, they all look like little toys, don't they? But they're very big. This was the very first train built in Romania. Very special. So yeah, it was obviously also a big industry town during that communist era, but it had been an industry town before that, like at the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, to be honest. Quite interesting. The list of various industries went on and on, so those are just the ones that I remember off the top of my head. But yeah, this little sliver in between these mountains is an industry town. It linked a bunch of important areas of Romania together, like Timișoara over there, and to Brașov over there, which we just covered, so on and so forth. And yeah, that was pretty much all I got for Reșița. Let's see. If there's anything else I need to show you, but yeah, you can see all of there's factories over here. We've got, that's like a shopping center. Something happening over here. If I knew enough Romanian, I would be able to know there's the Titanic. It's obviously not the Titanic, it's just a company named the Titanic, but you know what I mean. Here's industrial zone, there's textiles right there. Those like auto parts, I assume. Yeah, lots and lots of industry here. You can see the railroads as well. And that is pretty much all that I've got for you. Other than just looking at all of this beautiful nature. Let's put the borders back up. There we go. So we can see if there's anything else I didn't show you. Look at those big old mountains there. Let's see, let's take a gander. Any other slideshows that can show off this landscape here? Maybe I'm not zoomed in enough. Did we look at this one? I don't think so. No, we didn't. Yeah, this is beautiful. Let's end it here. So sorry for the short one, but that's like pretty much all that's in these areas. It's either nothing but farmland or nothing but trees. It's one or the other. Isn't that pretty? It's very beautiful. So yeah, just a quick one tonight. Short and sweet. But stay tuned because tomorrow we have a regular episode where we're going over all the areas that I messed up in the past year, trying to go through every region in alphabetical order. I messed up Romania, but now I fixed it after this. And I also messed up Iceland. So we're going to be going to the capital region of Iceland, which of course means we're going to be looking at Reykjavik. And if you've never seen Reykjavik, you're in for a treat. Iceland is a special place, and so is Reykjavik. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and let me know any thoughts down below in the comments. I do hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. Oh, I forgot to show you Reșița, although there's not much there either. Let's see. And I hope that you have a good night. Look at this. Wow, gorgeous. Good night. Good night.